Day traders and that word luck. What's this relationship? What can it look like? What should it look like? How do a lot of people understand it? That's what I want to talk about in this video, which I had zero plans of. And then I had a super interesting interaction with somebody, which sparked the idea and really illustrates perfectly just how people don't quite understand this relationship, and in trying to call, in this situation, trying to call me out, prove that no, yeah, it's there, but it's not there in the way that they think it is. And I realize maybe I'm talking a little confusingly right now, but it'll make sense as we go through this conversation. So let's hop into this conversation and I'll break down exactly what I mean. And this came from another video I did on the channel. And, just like I said, I had nothing but respect for this person, but they're just a little misinformed, a little overly confident in what they actually understand. So to build the context, this person says, you kind of took a bad entry and then got lucky. My reply back was, if that's how you view it, I'd encourage you to realize you have much to learn in your journey. Take care. Now, what is this person's claim? The claim is, I took a bad entry, and then the only reason why I made money was, well, because I got lucky, right? That was a bad entry, you got lucky, and you made money. And I just replied back, okay, if that's how you're viewing this, you just don't quite understand everything, and you have more in your journey to learn from. And then this person replies back, and this is where they start to reveal that they prove me right without actually realizing that they proved me right. So how do they reply to this? What do they say? This person says, you sat there and said about 7 times you were almost stopped out. You used hope to save you. Keyword here being about 7 times almost stopped out. Now, in other words, several times, I don't know if it was 7 exactly, but I'll just use that number because that's what he used. But 7 times the price got close and almost stopped me out. But I sat there and I was hopeful. Oh, please don't stop me out. Please don't stop me out, right? That was the other accusation. I just used hope and then I got lucky about 7 times because the price did not stop me out. Now, yes, all those things are true. I did use hope. We all use hope, right? We hope that our analysis is right. We hope that our trade plan works out. We hope that we have and we are considering all the bits of context and data that need to be considered to have a winning trade, right? So yes, we all hope in that sense. And we also all get lucky in the sense of, well, yeah, I did get lucky that the price didn't stop me out. But here's the key, and maybe did you catch it? Well, maybe, hopefully you're saying, well, Clay, that seems almost like some self-created luck on your part. It seems like you were valid to hope because you chose you chose a rational location for that stop loss. Now, what would make it rational? What would make it logical? Well, the fact that the price came up 7 times, again, I don't know if it was 7, but I'm just taking their word for it, but the price came up 7 times to that area and then it never stopped you out. Sure, it almost did, but maybe the almost was there because, Clay, you placed it in a spot that made sense. So because you place it in a spot that made sense, that does not guarantee that it will work, but it does justify you being hopeful because you believe for it to be a logical spot to put a stop loss. And then, yeah, I guess I did get lucky because the price went up there 7 times, but never stopped me out. So it's a two-sided coin. Perhaps, yeah, maybe that was just a random spot that I chose to put my stop loss. So I got lucky in that sense because it was just a random spot and then I just randomly hoped and it just happened to work out. I will concede that's a possibility, but you also have to concede or maybe there are just bits of data that said, Clay, per this trade plan, put your stop loss there because while that does not guarantee anything, that is a logical spot. There are reasons to think that the price won't stop you out at that level. And because you have these logical reasons, of course, be hopeful. Hope that it works out. Hope that that analysis that you did turns out to be true. And I guess to pat myself on the back a little bit, I chose a good stop loss location if a price can go up to that area 7 times and still never stop me out. So yes, we do get lucky as day traders. But the question boils down to, is it some sort of just random degenerate, close your eyes, throw a dart type of luck? And then you have no reason, so we'll call it baseless hope, right? Where there's no basis to actually have hope because everything that you're doing is just random. There's no analysis. There's no actual thought that goes behind it. So if it does work out, Yeah, you're totally lucky, and you should have never actually been hopeful in the first place because it was baseless. But the relationship, and that's how some people view it. That's how this person is viewing it. They're just, well, you just randomly did this and you shouldn't have been hopeful because it was random and you got lucky because 7 times right. Or the opposite side is you have reason to be hopeful because you've done analysis. You've done what you need to do to find and place certain areas of a trade plan at certain locations. Now, nothing's ever going to be perfect, right? If it was perfect, then I would have nailed the top or I would have nailed the bottom and never come close to being stopped out, right? I get that, but if that's the premise you're operating under, that you'll never almost be stopped out, or that every trade you're going to nail the top, nail the bottom, well, then you're operating in fantasy land. But when you do the right things, then yeah, you should be hopeful. In other words, you should, quote unquote, give the trade a chance to work, right? That's what we all do. We give it a chance to work. And sure, if you want to insert in hope in that, fine, because that's what we're doing in a sense. But again, it's a reasonable hope because we've done that analysis. And then yeah, when you do it the right way, you're going to notice sometimes you just seem to get lucky a little bit more often. Now, again, but it's that self-created luck because you're looking at certain dynamics. For me, it's a technical chart. You're finding certain areas to build a trade plan around. And then, yeah, does it always work? No. But do I find myself getting quote unquote lucky per this person's definition? I suppose I do, but that would just be a sign that, you know, myself or you're making logical decisions. You're putting entry points, you're putting stop losses, you're putting profit targets in areas that actually make sense per the data. So that is the relationship that you want to have as a day trader with luck. Self-created luck, and you create this luck by doing the proper analysis, by having a proper strategy, by having proper trade management. And when you have those things in place, then yeah, please be hopeful. Give your trade a chance and the opportunity to work out for you, with the understanding that it's not going to be perfect. You're not always going to nail tops and nail bottoms. So I hope this helps. I hope this person kind of realizes that what they describe is what you actually need to be. And I wish the person nothing but the best. And I thank them for the idea here for this video. But like I said, keep this in mind, keep this relationship in mind, and make it your goal that you want to get lucky, but you want it to be because it's a self-created luck. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.